Life is not a race, it is a journey. And this journey becomes meaningful when we have a purpose, a destination, a goal. But the truth is, dreams don't work unless we do. The first step to achieving any goal is clarity. If you don't know where you want to go, how will you ever get there? So be specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful. Define what success means to you. Is it a career, a relationship, inner peace? Be precise, because a blurred vision leads nowhere. But let me tell you something. Clarity is the foundation of every great achievement. Without a clear vision, we wander aimlessly, unsure of where we are headed or what we truly desire. Imagine setting out on a journey without knowing the destination. You may travel far, but will you ever arrive where you truly want to be? This is why defining our goals with precision is so crucial. It provides direction, purpose, and the motivation needed to turn dreams into reality. When we lack clarity, our efforts become scattered. We try different things, hoping something will work, but without a focused approach, progress remains slow and frustrating. On the other hand, when we define our goals with precision, every action we take moves us one step closer to success. We begin to make conscious choices that align with our aspirations, eliminating distractions that do not serve our purpose. Clarity gives us the power to say no to things that waste our time and energy, allowing us to invest our resources wisely. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to achieve their goals is that they have a vague idea of what they want. Saying, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy is not enough. What does success look like to you? Is it financial freedom, a fulfilling career, a healthy body? Happiness itself is not an outcome, but a state of being influenced by the specific experiences and achievements that bring joy to an individual. Without defining these details, goals remain dreams, floating in the air without a solid foundation. Clarity not only helps in setting goals, but also in overcoming obstacles. The need for clarity without bringing all these cognitive barriers convinced this life for traversing the last is that precluded many for accomplishing their breakthroughs as they wished. When challenges arise, as they inevitably will, a clear vision keeps us anchored. We do not get easily discouraged because we know exactly what we are working towards. Clarity fuels resilience, pushing us forward even in the face of setbacks. It transforms confusion into determination, ensuring that every hurdle becomes a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Moreover, clarity enhances focus. Not all will be pretty. The human mind is constantly bombarded with distractions, and in a world filled with endless choices, it is easy to lose track of what truly matters. A well-defined goal acts as a filter, allowing us to direct our energy towards meaningful pursuits instead of getting caught up in temporary diversions. It brings efficiency to our actions, making us more productive and disciplined. Defining goals with precision also makes them measurable. When we are specific about what we want to achieve, we can track our progress and make necessary adjustments along the way. Instead of feeling lost or overwhelmed, we gain a sense of control over our journey. Small milestones become sources of motivation, reinforcing the belief that success is within reach. Ultimately, clarity gives us power, the power to dream boldly, act decisively, and persist relentlessly. It eliminates uncertainty, making way for confidence and purpose. When we know exactly what we want and why we want it, we turn our aspirations into actionable plans. And when our vision is clear, our path to success becomes unstoppable. Setbacks are an inevitable part of life, and yet so many people fear failure as if it is the end of the road. The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a crucial part of it. Every great achievement, every inspiring story, and every extraordinary individual has faced setbacks. But what sets them apart is their ability to learn from those failures instead of being defeated by them. Embracing setbacks as lessons allows us to grow, evolve, and ultimately reach our true potential. Failure is often seen as something negative, something to be ashamed of. But in reality, it is one of the greatest teachers life has to offer. When we fail, we gain insights that success alone could never provide. We learn what works and what doesn't. We identify our weaknesses, and we gain the wisdom to make better decisions in the future. Every mistake carries a lesson, and if we choose to embrace it instead of resisting it, we become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the journey ahead. Many of the world's most successful people have faced countless failures before achieving greatness. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, but he never saw those failures as defeats. He saw them as lessons, as necessary steps in the process of discovery. Walt Disney was once told he lacked creativity, and Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job. Had they given up, the world would have never seen their brilliance. Their stories remind us that failure is not the end. It is simply a test of perseverance. One of the biggest reasons people give up after facing setbacks is because they take failure personally. They believe that failing at something means they are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But failure does not define us. How we respond to it does. The most successful individuals understand that failure is never personal. It is simply feedback. It is an opportunity to analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and try again with a better strategy. Every setback is a setup for a stronger comeback, but only if we are willing to see it that way. Setbacks also build resilience, which is one of the most important qualities for long-term success. When we experience failure, we develop the mental strength to handle future challenges. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles will always come our way. If we learn to embrace setbacks instead of fearing them, we build the confidence to face anything that life throws at us. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It is about bouncing back every time we fall. The most beautiful thing about setbacks is that they often redirect us to something even better. Sometimes failure happens because we are meant for something greater than what we originally planned. What seems like a dead end may actually be a detour leading to a better path. When we embrace setbacks as lessons rather than roadblocks, we unlock our true potential, turning failures into stepping stones towards success. Success is not built on moments of inspiration, but on the foundation of daily effort. While motivation can spark enthusiasm, it is often fleeting, fading away when challenges arise. Consistency, on the other hand, is what truly separates those who achieve their goals from those who only dream about them. Small, disciplined actions performed every day compound over time, leading to extraordinary achievements. The secret to success is not in waiting for motivation to strike, but in developing the habit of showing up, doing the work, and staying committed, regardless of how we feel. Motivation is unreliable because it depends on emotions, which are constantly changing. Some days we feel energized and driven, ready to take on the world. Other days we feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. If we rely solely on motivation, we will only take action when we feel good, and that inconsistency will keep us from making real progress. True success comes from developing the discipline to work towards our goals, even when we don't feel like it. When we commit to a routine and push through moments of doubt, we build momentum, and that momentum keeps us moving forward even on the hardest days. The power of small daily efforts lies in their cumulative effect. A single workout will not make a person fit, just as reading one page will not make someone knowledgeable. But when done consistently over weeks, months, and years, these small actions create remarkable transformations. Every major success story is a result of persistence, of individuals who chose to improve by just 1% each day. They understood that real progress is not made through occasional bursts of effort, but through steady, repeated actions over time. Consistency also builds trust in ourselves. When we make a commitment and follow through every single day, we develop self-discipline and confidence. We prove to ourselves that we can be reliable, that we are capable of sticking to our goals, and that we have control over our actions. This self-trust is crucial because it eliminates self-doubt and fuels a stronger belief in our ability to succeed. The journey towards any meaningful achievement is filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of frustration. Those who rely on motivation often quit when the initial excitement wears off. But those who build consistency understand that setbacks are temporary and that success is a result of persistence. They don't wait for inspiration. They create it by showing up every day, regardless of the circumstances. Most importantly, consistency leads to mastery. The greatest athletes, musicians, writers, and entrepreneurs did not achieve greatness overnight. They devoted themselves to their craft, practicing and improving every single day. By staying consistent, they refined their skills, developed expertise, and eventually reached levels that seemed impossible at the beginning. Success is not about making giant leaps, but about taking small steps every day. It is the quiet discipline of showing up, doing the work, and staying committed. Those who master consistency unlock the power to achieve extraordinary things, not because they are always motivated, but because they refuse to quit. The greatest battle we fight is not against the world, but against the voice inside our own minds. The inner critic that tells us we are not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. It whispers doubts, magnifies our flaws, and makes us question our potential. But the truth is, no dream, no success, and no extraordinary achievement can be realized without self-belief. The world will doubt you, people may not always support you, and there will be times when you feel alone in your journey. But even in those moments, the most important thing you can do is believe in yourself, because if you do not silence the inner critic, it will silence your dreams. Self-doubt is something that everyone experiences at some point. It is that little voice that tells you that you are not ready, that you will fail, that others are better than you. It feeds on your fears and insecurities, making you feel like an imposter in your own life. But what we must realize is that the inner critic is not the truth. It is simply a collection of past fears, negative experiences, and limiting beliefs that we have unconsciously absorbed over time. The only way to move forward is to recognize that this voice does not define us. We have the power to challenge and replace it with thoughts that empower us instead of holding us back. One of the biggest reasons people give up on their goals is not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they allow their inner critic to convince them that they will never succeed. They become their own worst enemy, stopping themselves before they even try. But imagine if every successful person had listened to their doubts. If great leaders, inventors, artists, and dreamers had let their inner critic win, the world would have never seen their brilliance. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is not the absence of self-doubt, but the courage to keep going despite it. Believing in yourself is not about arrogance. It is about recognizing your worth. It is about understanding that you are capable of growth, that you have unique strengths, and that you deserve to chase your dreams. Even if no one else believes in you, it does not mean you are not worthy of success. Often, people will only believe in you once you have proven yourself, but you cannot wait for that validation. You must give it to yourself first. Silencing the inner critic requires action. It means replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations, surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, and focusing on progress rather than perfection. It means stepping out of your comfort zone despite the fear and proving to yourself again and again that you are capable. Every time you choose to move forward despite your doubts, you weaken the power of your inner critic and strengthen your belief in yourself. The world may not always see your potential at first, but if you believe in yourself long enough, eventually they will. The people we surround ourselves with and the mindset we cultivate play a significant role in shaping our journey. Just like a plant needs the right soil, sunlight, and water to grow, we need the right environment to thrive. If we are constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, and mediocrity, it becomes difficult to push ourselves toward growth. But when we choose to be around people who inspire us, challenge us, and uplift us, we set ourselves on a path to success. The company we keep and the mindset we develop can either push us forward or hold us back. The energy and mindset of those around us have a direct impact on our beliefs and actions. If we are always around people who complain, make excuses, or settle for less, we will start adopting the same habits without even realizing it. On the other hand, if we surround ourselves with individuals who are ambitious, hardworking, and positive, we naturally absorb those qualities. Growth happens when we are in an environment that encourages learning, challenges us to improve, and supports us when we struggle. Many people fail to reach their full potential, not because they lack talent or ability, but because they are stuck in an environment that does not encourage growth. They stay in friendships, relationships, or social circles that drain their energy instead of fueling their passion. It takes courage to step away from people who limit us, but doing so is necessary if we want to grow. We must choose relationships that align with our vision, people who genuinely want to see us succeed, and connections that bring out the best in us. Apart from the people we surround ourselves with, our personal mindset is equally important. Even if we are in the best environment, if we do not have a mindset of growth, we will not take advantage of the opportunities in front of us. A growth mindset is about believing that we can improve, that challenges are opportunities, and that failure is a stepping stone to success. When we train our minds to see possibilities instead of limitations, we open doors that we never thought existed. Surrounding ourselves with growth also means being intentional about what we consume. The books we read, the content we watch, and the conversations we engage in all influence our thoughts and actions. If we constantly feed our minds with negativity, we will feel stuck. But if we fill our minds with knowledge, wisdom, and inspiration, we develop the confidence and skills needed to move forward. Growth does not happen in isolation. It happens when we seek out mentors, learn from those ahead of us, and challenge ourselves to rise above our current level. It is about making conscious choices, choosing relationships that push us higher, choosing a mindset that embraces challenges, and choosing to be in an environment that fosters success. The right people and the right mindset create the foundation for greatness, shaping our journey in ways we never imagined possible. The biggest obstacle between us and our dreams is often not a lack of ability, resources, or opportunities. It is the hesitation to take the first step. We tell ourselves that we will start when we feel ready, when the timing is right, or when all the circumstances align perfectly. But the truth is, waiting for the perfect moment means waiting forever. There will always be uncertainties, challenges, and fears, but the only way to move forward is to take action, no matter how small. Many people spend years planning, overthinking, and waiting for the ideal conditions before they start pursuing their goals. They believe they need more knowledge, more confidence, or more experience before they can begin. But no one starts as an expert. Every successful person began with uncertainty, self-doubt, and imperfect circumstances. The difference is that they took action despite it. They understood that progress is made through doing, not just thinking. The first step, no matter how small, creates momentum, and that momentum leads to growth. Fear often disguises itself as preparation. We convince ourselves that we are not hesitating, just preparing. While preparation is important, it should not become an excuse for inaction. No amount of planning can completely eliminate challenges, and no level of preparation can guarantee success. The only way to truly learn is by stepping into the process, making mistakes, and adjusting along the way. Action leads to experience, and experience leads to improvement. Every step taken, no matter how small, brings us closer to where we want to be. Taking the first step also builds confidence. Confidence does not come from waiting until we feel ready. It comes from proving to ourselves that we are capable. The more we take action, the more we trust in our abilities. When we step outside of our comfort zone, even in small ways, we expand our limits and realize that we are stronger than we thought. Each tiny achievement fuels the belief that we can do more. Opportunities do not wait for us to be ready. Life does not pause until we feel completely prepared. The longer we delay, the more difficult it becomes to start. Fear grows stronger. Doubts multiply, and before we know it, years pass without progress. But when we take that first step, even if it is imperfect, we break the cycle of hesitation. We prove to ourselves that action is always better than inaction. There is no such thing as the perfect time. The right moment is always now. The smallest step in the right direction is still progress, and over time, those small steps add up to something. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step, no matter how uncertain or imperfect, is what sets everything in motion. The key to success is not waiting, it is starting. And once we begin, we realize that we were capable all along. So, dream big, work hard, believe in yourself, and when life knocks you down, stand up again, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. Because the only person who can stop you from achieving your goals is you. Now go, chase your dreams and make them your reality.